The smartphone bubble is about to burst. Constant upgrades have raised the prices of smartphones. We have hit a ceiling for new features that are being unused. So when we talk about a bubble and when it bursts, so a bubble is when something is overvalued and it hits to a point where people don't want to pay that much money for it, and then it suddenly loses value and crashes. So when you think about a bubble, bubbles always burst if they get too big. And then I said we've hit a ceiling for the new features that are being used. So when you hit a ceiling, it's like you've hit a limit dealing with numbers or age or money. That means you can only go up to a certain point and you can't go any farther than that. And then, so also we've talked about another expression would be the glass ceiling. So the glass ceiling is if you're in a company and you want to get promoted, you can't get promoted above a certain pay grade or title. You can see the top, but you can't get there. So we call that a glass ceiling. Cell phone companies have artificially pumped up the price of smartphones to a point where users are not utilizing the new features. This strategy has created a bubble of expensive phones and may backfire soon. So I said the cell phone companies have artificially pumped up the price. So if someone's artificially pumping something up, that means it's made by man if it's artificial. So what they're doing is their strategy is like, hey, let's add more features, let's upgrade more, and then we can charge more money. So that was the strategy. But I said the strategy may backfire soon. So it's a good strategy on the short term for these cell phone companies to charge, $1,000 or $1,500, but if other cell phone company comes in with a lower price at the same product, the cell phone companies that are charging more, the plan will fail. So when we say when a plan fails, it backfires. That means it's like if you were shooting a gun, the bullet would come back and hit you as a backfire. The options are limitless with smartphones. For this reason, we need more sophisticated technology as time goes on. The bubble is a fallacy. We are getting our money's worth. So I said the options are limitless with smartphones. So limitless means kind of unlimited or there's no limit. Obviously in this case, I'm exaggerating, but if you say like the possibilities are limitless, potential is limitless, it means there is a lot of possibilities or a lot of things. But to say something limitless is a little bit of an exaggeration, but it makes sense when we use it in speech. And I said, we need more sophisticated technology. So sophisticated has two meanings. When talking about a person, it means that someone is very cultured, very traveled, and very well educated. However, when we talk about technology, sophisticated means advanced or the most up-to-date technology. And then I said, the bubble is a fallacy. If something is fallacy, it means something that is false or that is wrong. And finally, I say we are getting our money's worth. So getting your money's worth means kind of you're getting your value for the money you paid for. So if you think about it, if your smartphone's $1,000, but you have a computer in your pocket that you walk around with, it entertains you. You can do work on it. You can play games. You can communicate with anyone at any time and find out information. I think that would be worth $1,000. Similarly, if you had that computer in your home but could not take it with you. So if something's your money, you get your money's worth, that means it's worth the money you pay for. Another example is, let's say you go to an amusement park or a water park, and the ticket is $100, but you go and you ride the rides and you don't think you're fully satisfied, you did not get your money's worth. The features on our smartphone are ever expanding. That is why we need our phones to be constantly improved. The price bubble for smartphones does not exist, and the phones will be priced according to market demand. So I said the features on our smartphones are ever expanding. Again, ever expanding means they keep growing and growing and growing, and there seems to be no end to it. And then finally, I said the phones will be priced according to market demand. So, for example, I lived in California 10 years ago, and the price of gas kept going up and up and up. And it hit a point where people stopped driving and the amount of driving went down 8% 1 month. So the oil companies got really scared and reduced the price of gas. So the market demand said, hey, we're not going to pay over a certain amount for gas, then people stop driving. Same would go for a cell phone. So if we see a cell phone at 1.5 million won and people don't buy it, then the market will reduce the price according to the demand. But if people do buy it, they'll keep raising and raising the prices. Thanks, guys. Thanks for downloading. Bye-bye.